Bye, have fun.
Love you.
Be safe, and call me when you get there and there and back.
I won't. Have fun. Bye.
Hey, boys' night out at Disneyland.
Mom said the latest is 11.
Hey guys! So I felt it was only right and I could only do it justice if I made an entire video about why Mana is important to me, because originally we were thinking about merging both videos, which is Disneyland and me going to the Mana concert with the girls, in one video, because it did end up happening in one day. But I think it's important to really put out there the reason why Mana is so important to me. And I've actually been so nervous to film this video because it's just like, I think the subject of my dad is like probably like the most vulnerable side of me. So yeah, I got daddy issues. But man, I just started this video and I'm already trying to fight back the tears. All right, so we just got to the forum. I'm with the ladies. Bose and I are pretty lit.
And we're gonna continue to get lit.
Stacy's cold and she has to pee.
I have to pee too.
I have to pee too as well. But Casey, Isaac, and Adrian are still at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh my god, I'm so excited to see Mana. I'm just like, breathe, girl, breathe. So Mana is considered Latin America's most successful band of all time. The main singer, he's from the same area of Mexico that my dad is from. So back in the day, my dad, where a lot of bands played, near his house where he grew up, which is my grandma's house. And so he would go listen to them before they were even a big thing. So my dad was an early adopter of Mana. And so he's a really big fan. So for me growing up, like Mana was like instilled in me, like insanely instilled. So when Bose told us that she was able to get us tickets, I was like, you have no idea, Bose. You have no idea what this means to me. We're trying to find our way.
Mine hasn't paid.
$300 seats.
Well, I'm not
Bose got us $300 seats.
It's really cool. Yeah. And I don't have to worry about
Oh my god! This is so close! This is really close! Ah! Look at this! The stage is right there. We got floor seats, baby. Bose!
Yeah.
I love you.
You literally can't see me. This is bad.
Listen, touch your face up. I love you.
Dude, I'm so excited, bro. We right on the floor.
On the floor. Look at this.
Like we could have been up there, dog, bro. All right, let's get beer. Let's get beer.
We are so close. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. Okay, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna stay alive. Thank you, Gio. I'm gonna stay alive. Oh god damn, this is so hard. Sorry guys. This is really, really hard for me to talk about. But I really feel it's so important for me to just put it out there as like a sort of like healing for me. So Gio and Stacy and I and Bose, like we all went together and we had such a great time. And right before, like I had drank a bit at Disneyland, so I showed up a little bit already tipsy, and it was awesome because if you guys watch my stories, my Lyft driver from Disneyland to Stacy's house, he was also a Mana fan and he was blasting Mana the whole way there. So I'm like, oh my god, dude, you're getting such a huge tip, like this is so fun. So it was really awesome on my way there. So once I get there, Stacy's like, dude, we gotta get some drinks, and I'm like, girl, I'm way ahead of you, but sure, I'm down because I like to have a good time, right? So, and then plus, like, I really felt, just like this video, I needed to drink right before I did this, because, like, for some reason, like, I need that liquid courage, you know, when it comes to this topic for me. So then, we end up getting to the concert. When we're heading down, and I see, like, the Mana sign and everything, and, like, I see the stage, I'm just like, whoa, this is real. This is happening. Holy crap, I'm really about to witness this. This is amazing, and I just have like this flooded with excitement and love for the girls that I'm with. As Casey mentioned in the other video, when I was telling him about Mana and like the experience I had with my sisters, like I remember being little, and there was this one night where when I was spending the summer in Mexico, we were listening to Sueños Líquidos, which is one of Mana's albums, I was asking my sisters like, hey, what does this word mean? And what does that word mean? And what does this other word mean? And they were translating it to me, like trying to help me understand the Spanish vocabulary. But yeah, so that was like a really beautiful bonding moment that I had with my sisters, and especially with that song. Like how Casey was kind of tying it back in, where it's like I had that connection with my sisters then, and then now like my new sisters, I get to experience going to the concert with them now. So it was a beautiful night. So I think I maybe made it like about 3 or 4 songs into the concert before I just like, I couldn't hold it in. And I was just like crying. Because okay, Mana, like their songs, like about 90% of their songs are about love and about like relationships, or it's about like finding their love, like their love is gone and like they're trying to find their love, or about how like heartbreak because of a lost love. And so this one song, it's literally about like how their heart hasn't stopped raining. And so that moment I was just like, whoa, I can't hold this in. So I started crying my eyes out, and I started thinking about my dad and my parents. They split up, they got a divorce when I was 7. That was in 1997. So that same year, Mana came out with this album called Sueños Líquidos, and my dad gave me the CD right around the time when they split up. And he would tell me, hey, you know, like listen to this album, and whenever you listen to it, think of me. I've kept that CD over the years. And also around that time, he would send me postcards and stuff, and he would send me photos in the mail. But he would like pretty much write like, hey, this is for Tiff, in case my mom opened it. And so there was this one time where he sent photos where he met Fer and Alex from Mana. So this is the lead singer of the band. There's my dad fanboying. And this is the drummer, Alex. And here's another photo of him with Fer. And so on the back of these 2 photos, he wrote a really beautiful message that I totally forgot that these photos had until I was getting ready for this video, and I pulled out these photos and I finally turned them around, because I've always had them in an album, and I turned them around and I read the message, and like I just broke down. So this one, it says, this photo is all in Spanish. This photo is for Tiffany from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. They say hello, and I told them that I have a daughter that loves Reloj Cucu, which is a song that Mana wrote, or like that they have, where it's about like this boy who is talking to his cuckoo clock and telling the cuckoo clock like, hey, my dad is gone. Can you turn on the light, but stop time? And pretty much it's like a song about how their dad is gone. And so this song was so appropriate because my parents had just split up. And they had such an ugly divorce where it was really ugly to the point where like I couldn't see my dad. And so that's why it's so emotionally scarring, where I'm 30 years old now, like almost 30, and I still can't get over it. The reason why this affects me times 10 than it would about maybe a year and a half ago is because this January it's gonna be 1 year since I found out that my dad has been missing. So he's lived a hard life, a really rocky one, but he's never done this. He's never just disappeared from the family. But by the time I found out, which was January of last year, he had already been missing for 5 months. But my family didn't want to worry me, so they kind of kept it from me to not keep me worried. So I've taken a whole year to really try to process this and try to deal with it on my own terms. And, you know, I've been to therapy and stuff, and it's just really, really, really hard when there's no conclusion to what you're going through. It's so public, and, you know, I think it's, for me, it's sort of therapeutic in a way for me to kind of just put it all out there and just let it not weigh so heavily on. But I think by just kind of holding it in, it's kind of kept me from fully getting closure with it. By me going to this concert and by me telling you guys ahead of me now, and it's out there, I hope my dad's okay. I miss him, I love him. The last time I saw him was when you guys saw, which was when we all went to Mexico. And I think the hardest part of all this is that my entire life I've always held my dad up so high, and he's always been on this really high pedestal for me. He's always been like my hero that I would see sporadically throughout my life, because he always gave me so much love, and he always made me feel like I was the most important person ever in the whole world in his life. And I think that's why I held him so dear to my heart, and obviously he's my dad. But it's just that the last time we saw each other, things didn't end very well, and that was like the only time ever in my life we've ever not had a good time with each other. So I think that's why it kind of hurts even more, knowing that he's gone. But I just gotta get it out there, so it's not on my back anymore. And this is me, this is my way of dealing with it. So I'm ready for whatever may come from me doing this and putting it out there, because I've prepared myself for a whole year for this. It's just, I'm still really emotional because obviously it still really affects me. He's my dad and I love him, but he's gone, and I feel like it's important for me to do this. So that's the reason why my dad means so much to me, guys, and The Cure as well. And that's why I cried my eyes out when I was at that concert, because I feel like his spirit, like his being, somehow lives within their music. So even me through the music, so